The day had come. The sun shone optimistically through the long fingers of the willows and bounced in lively glints from the beads of dew clinging to the grass around the small, cosy home of the hedgehog and the mole. Their bags were packed in a neat pile by the front door, and the hedgehog busied about preparing the home for a period of hibernation. The mole, organised and excited, counted and recounted the bags, ensuring nothing would be left behind. Eventually, they were ready. The hedgehog knew they were off on an exciting adventure, but she knew not where they would visit first. Would it be a tropical paradise with warm, inviting seas and immaculate beaches? Would it be a cabin in the Arctic tundra with the only light emanating from the ethereal northern lights? Or would it be a muggy, stifling rainforest with a wealth of nature, of fantastical new creatures to meet and befriend? She knew the mole had a plan, and she trusted him, absolutely. And she was right. The mole did have a plan, though with his spirit for adventure and thirst for the unpredictable, his plan was more of an abstract scenario than anything more robust and considered. The mole, now heavily laden with 4 bags of the hedgehog's belongings and a mere satchel for his own things, led Hedgehog through the small wood on the hilltop, away from their cottage and toward the edge of the copse. "Where are we headed?" the hedgehog asked, trying to keep the anxiety from her voice. "You'll soon see," the mole replied as he trudged onwards. Within an hour the thick, dense wood had thinned to thicket, and more of the sun found its way onto the faces of the 2 small animals, warming them and filling their hearts with golden happiness. "We're nearly here," the mole exclaimed. "I'm looking forward to resting my feet." Secretly, of course, it was his back which was aching, with the mountain of clothes packed for every eventuality by the hedgehog. "Already?" said the hedgehog. "I thought we were going on an adventure, not a short stroll to the edge of the wood." "Aha!" the mole replied. "Just you wait and see." And she did. Lying beyond the perimeter of the wood, a short way from the trees and resting in the grass, was the largest wicker basket she had ever seen. Attached to the basket by 4 strong ropes of twine was an enormous globe, a huge red balloon. "What? I'm not going in that thing," the hedgehog squealed. "It isn't safe for a hedgehog. I can't fly." But Mole was already vaulting into the basket, dragging with him the hedgehog's multitude of cases. "Come on, we've got a good wind. We mustn't waste a moment," the mole called. "But where are we going?" the hedgehog replied. "Up," said the mole, as he hauled the hedgehog over the edge of the basket. As they tumbled inside, they felt an unnerving sensation of the basket lifting from the grass field it had been sat on. Up, up, and further up, the balloon floated, drifting higher and higher. The hedgehog clung to the mole like her life depended on it, and the mole slowly scrambled to his feet. He peeked his head over the edge of the basket and took in his surroundings. "Wow," he sighed, "that really is something." The hedgehog, despite being desperately scared, hated missing out on anything, and she hauled herself up next to the mole. Below them, green fields extended as far as their small eyes could see, like a never-ending patchwork quilt in greens and browns. Above, aside from the enormous balloon, was just the clear blue sky. Birds circled and greeted them, and they wished them bon voyage and safe travels. The hedgehog, now transfixed by the beauty of the world around her, had forgotten her fear, and had left her anxiety back in the field by the edge of the wood. "It's a funny thing," she thought to herself. "I would never have climbed into this balloon usually." Then it all made sense. The fear, the anxiety, and the hesitation she had previously felt had become a relic, discarded in the dirt, when the mole took her small paw in his. She knew he was a bit eccentric, crazy even, but she knew without his sense of adventure, she would never have experienced this wonderful sensation of flight. Mole could see Hedgehog thinking. He knew when she was considering things, almost as though he could see right into her head and see the cogs whirring. In this instance, he could see that she was happy, and there's nothing that makes a mole happier than a happy hedgehog. Aloft, carried by the breeze, the hedgehog and mole drifted on, their adventure underway, their excitement unbounded. "Onward," cried the mole with a mischievous grin, "to wherever we end up next, for wherever we go, we shall always be at home. For home is where you feel most comfortable, and most comfortable are we with each other." The hedgehog, timid and shy, smiled.